everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi and welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So I'm going to be doing a quick May reading wrap up. So this month I read a total of 3 books. The initial plan was to read 4 books, of which I did share in my previous video. Unfortunately, I ended up reading 1 book from that stack, and it wasn't really because I didn't want to read them or anything, or because of being a mood reader. Just that I signed up to a read-along that was hosted by Tandem Collective Global. So it was for I Do, Don't I by Zibu Sitole, and it was book 2 of the series. So I had to read book 1, of which took time and also took space of one of the books that I was supposed to read. So the 3 books that I read is The Thing with Zola, of which I don't have. I had borrowed from Libby, the library app. And then the second book of which is the sequel is I Do, Don't I, also by Zibu Sitole. So I read those 2 books. They are fiction. It's a mix of, romance, drama, family drama, people, trying to figure themselves out, trying to figure their relationships out, also trying to, do well with their families, trying to accommodate everyone. It was filled with like a lot of drama. It was one of those kind of books that makes you so hopeful. And unfortunately, this one, the I Do, Don't I, left me on such a cliffhanger that I am really hoping that there's gonna be another book. And there hasn't really been any hint from the author if there's gonna be anything new. I guess because maybe I Do, Don't I is still new. It only came out I think last month, if not early this month. So yeah, I participated in the Tandem Collective Global read along, and there were 20 more people, actually 19. I was okay, we were 20, and it was such an amazing experience. I will highly recommend that if maybe you are not a part of their mailing list, just to go sign up to see if maybe there's going to be any read along that you might be interested in. I remember when I first joined them, it was they were hosting a read-along for Nicholas Sparks's The Notebook 25th anniversary edition. So they got people from, I think, all over the world. Everywhere. Okay, I'm not sure if it's all over the world, but a lot of countries in. So yeah, that's how I got to be in their mailing list. And ever since then, I have been getting emails when they have a read-along in my region, in my country. I do get to see if maybe it's something that we'll be interested in, and then I do sign up. And then if I'm selected, then they send you a book, and then you get to participate in the read along. And also the interesting thing is that they create a group where you share with other people who are also participating in the read along, and then you get to share your thoughts, if there's anything that frustrates you in the book, and then you get to share with other people just to know if maybe you're not the only one who's maybe feeling that way about the particular characters or particular story or whatever it is that you want to share. And also they have they usually give 7 days to read the book, and then they give you the cards, the challenge cards, where at the end of each day you get to reflect and maybe share your thoughts, or maybe they give you a challenge of which you do share okay, I think this is how the story would go so far, or how I picture everything unfolding. So it's actually quite an amazing experience. So with this one, it was actually I think it was the best out of all the challenges or the read-alongs that I have participated in with Tandem Collective Global, because it's African fiction, and it contains black characters. It had everything to do with the Zulu traditions, and I'm not Zulu, but I got to explore and get to have different ideas, just to see, I got to explore the culture of the Zulu and the Tswana people as well. I got to do a research while I was trying to put together the vision board of one of the characters. So yeah, it was quite an experience. I will highly recommend that you sign up to their mailing list, just to join them on the next read along that they have in your country or wherever you are from. So yeah, I read this one, The Thing with Zola, and then the other one that I did read is When Love Kills by Melinda Ferguson. So this one is also, it's a true crime. It's also from here in the country, from South Africa. And this one, it was quite a heavy read. It was emotional, it was enlightening, and even though I felt that some part it was full of ifs, if so and so did this, if so and so did this, what could have happened? Could it be that he did it, she did it, she didn't do it? Was it toxic or whatnot? And yeah, it was one of the interesting stories, even though yeah, it left me with questions more than answers. I don't really know what was I hoping to find. I don't know what it is that I wanted to find in here. I'm not sure. Yeah, I was curious. I read because I was curious. But along with that, I'm left with more questions, of which I'm just going to get over them because it's not really my business. But I will recommend it for if maybe you want to know the background of these two people here, aka and Anele. If maybe you weren't so following the media a lot when everything happened when it happened, and maybe you are curious and you want to know like who are these two people, like how did they get there, why is it like when love kills, and yeah, so I highly recommend it. Do check it out, and you can I think you can find it at all the good bookstores and maybe online as well. So this one was gifted by NB Publishers. I had requested because I wanted to find out, I wanted to read about these two people. I only knew this one, okay, not personally knew, but I was aware of this one. And then Anele, I only got to know about her when she got involved with the rapper. And him, I only got to know about him because of the mother of his child, DJ Zintle. I followed her. She is such an inspirational person. And then at some stage I got to know like, oh, she's involved with AKA. And like when you see a person that you admire, you want to know like, oh, okay, they're involved with this person. And then yeah, they did separate, but then he was still in the spotlight because of whatever had happened, and also because he was like a famous musician. So that's actually how I got to know about him, and then I got to know about her through him, even though I wasn't fully knowledgeable about her. But this book did give me an insight about the kind of person she was, where she grew up, how their relationship was, and how toxic it was according to the book, and how everything else unfolded that led to her death, and then later on his death, and how everything else has unfolded in terms of who killed them, how did they die, and everything else. So I highly recommend this book because it's so well written, so easy to read, and it's not so difficult to follow through the stories. And because I started this before the read along, so after the read along, I went back to it. I still wasn't lost. So it's a nice read, and you don't have to start afresh because you stopped. So yeah, I highly recommend that you read this book. This was a 4-star for me, and it is a 4.5 star for me. And the thing with Zola is a totally 5-star for me. I was so invested in that book. Like I read it in a total of 2 days, and then when I checked my Libby app, I took 4 hours to read it. So it was that interesting. And yeah, that is it from me for today. I hope to see you on my next video.